The night was growing darker, and Blaze's breaths were coming faster. His steps faltered, his body worn from exhaustion and covered in wounds. Yet stopping was not an option. Behind him, the wolves pursued relentlessly, their eyes glowing in the darkness, their hungry breaths filling the air. Blaze knew that if he stumbled or slowed down, this would be his final night. The forest branches scratched against his wounds, but he kept moving forward, because stopping meant death. A low growl echoed from behind, and suddenly a wolf lunged closer. Summoning his last bit of strength, Blaze leaped forward with all his might, his hooves pounding against the ground, sending up a cloud of dust. He was wounded, but his fight for survival was far from over. Fear burned in his eyes, but his will to live burned brighter. He kept running, but the wolves were gaining on him, seeing him as easy prey. Then, out of nowhere, a deafening roar shattered the silence of the jungle, shaking the trees. The wolves froze, their ears perking up, and Blaze stopped in his tracks, his heart hammering against his chest. This wasn't the sound of a wolf, it was something much bigger. From the shadows emerged a massive mountain lion, its golden eyes locked onto the wolves. Blaze felt another wave of fear wash over him. On one side were the wolves that wanted to tear him apart, and on the other was a predator, powerful enough to destroy them all. The wolves hesitated. They knew that if a fight broke out, they would not walk away unscathed. But their hunger pushed them forward. They began to circle, their bodies tense, their growls growing louder as they calculated their next move. The lion remained still, its piercing eyes unblinking, as if already deciding the outcome of this battle. Then, in a sudden burst of power, it roared again, louder this time, shaking the very ground beneath them. The jungle trembled, birds scattered from the treetops, and the wolves, who had been so confident only moments ago, now took a step back. And then the battle began. A wolf lunged forward, but the lion struck first, slashing through the air with a single powerful swipe. The wolf collapsed with a yelp. The others realized that this would not be an easy fight, but retreat was not an option. They attacked from all sides, but the lion, alone yet mighty, fought them off. Its claws slashed, its teeth snapped, and one by one, the wolves fell back. Blaze stood frozen, watching the brutal fight unfold before him. Moments ago, the wolves had been ready to devour him, and now they were the ones fighting for survival. Seconds passed, then minutes, and finally, one by one, the wolves began retreating. They knew they had lost. Defeated, they disappeared into the darkness, leaving behind nothing but silence. Blaze remained standing, his body trembling, his wounds burning, but he was alive. The lion stood still for a moment, observing him, as if deciding whether he was worthy of survival. Then, without a sound, it turned and disappeared into the shadows, vanishing as swiftly as it had appeared. Blaze exhaled shakily and forced himself to stand tall. Tonight, he had been inches away from death, but fate had given him another chance. He lifted his head, the moonlight casting a glow over his battered body. A new fire burned in his heart. He did not know what lay ahead, but one thing was certain. He was not one to give up. With renewed determination, he took his first step forward toward an uncertain but unyielding future.